Which this fugue, by the way, is, I've described it as this before, I'll say it again here. It is the greatest story that's ever been told. I love this fugue so much. Every detail they give me, it just gets crazier and crazier. It's hard to explain, but I'll maybe try to explain it as we listen to it. But let's go ahead and jump into it. God, it's so high. Where I play it. Sorry, I shouldn't be playing right now. It's up to David here. This part. Oof. Yeah, like, just talking about the music in that one, I imagine when I hear that, like, right now we're in sort of a transition part of the music, which starts with this. Like this. And it'll do that again. We've been told so much stuff that nothing makes sense anymore. And now, into this major section here that happens, it's like backstory of like, well, when I was a boy, when I was a young man, this is how it all started. So like, listen to this transition. Then flashback. It's like so innocent. And then darkness. Or not even darkness, but just something kind of complicated happens. Sort of contrasts like this innocence. And then that is just pure, like, just uncertainty. Obviously, it's not about anything at all, because it's just music. All the elements that make an amazing, engaging story are found in the perfect placement throughout this fugue. That's at least how I see it. That's what I find so engaging about it. So that's my reply to, like, that one comment, I forget who. It said, like, why would you subject yourself to 997? It's amazing. That's why. Anyways. Yeah. Going into this next part here, which is, this is kind of like the second section of the fugue. We were just told so much information. We got this beginning part, we got a little bit of backstory here, and then like complications from that lead to why things are so complicated in the beginning, or just like I'm using the word complicated. There's just a lot of questions in it. And it's like, okay, I know you're confused. Let me further elaborate with this, what you're about to hear right now. And this is going to clear things up and tie everything together perfectly. Yeah, like all is explained here. You get it now, stupid? You following along? It's just showing you everything in every possible way. Getting it from the perspective of like 100 different characters in it all at once, basically. Like just one after the other. Just like here it is like this, here it is like this. My laundry. Oh, I'm so sorry. Now I'm gonna finish this fugue out. Obviously, this is a masterful interpretation and performance of this fugue. Personally, feel that it is still very mild-mannered. And I don't know like what the historic way of playing this is. Like I don't know anything about that. But I know what this fugue means to me and how I like to hear it. And I definitely like a little more power in some of these like really intense parts. So let me actually clarify something. Because as I edit this now and re-listen to David Russell's performance, I think what I meant by like the attack thing is that I'm hearing like a lot of reverb, and I think it's just from the room, but I feel like a lot of the room reverb is mixed in and kind of obscuring the notes, which is like hilarious coming from me because I'm like known for using like absurd amounts of reverb and compression sometimes. So again, let me reiterate, like any criticism I have of anything is like the equivalent of an ant like criticizing the sun. I'm just saying my thoughts, and this is also a reaction. And my reaction is like, it's just that. It's a first impression reaction. And this is my second reaction. So I figured it was worth throwing this in. So I think the mild-mannered thing isn't really true. I think it's just a little obscured with the reverb. That is all. Just wanted to clarify that. And then going back to this repeat where we go back to the very beginning. After everything that happened, like how I would want to play this, I want, when I go back to the beginning again, to feel like almost a memory of the beginning. Like almost like you've gone on this epic journey that lasted like nearly your life. And now you're going back to your hometown and everyone's dead and everything's different. And you're just walking the streets and everything's changed and you're just sort of like seeing how things used to be. But it's all gone. It should be like sort of tragic, like going back to it. That's how I view it. It should feel like your last days. This repeat back to the beginning. Which is definitely is more somber, I think. I hate cutting them off halfway through. So there's been one version of this fugue that one of my friends turned me on to. Because when he learned that I was learning this fugue, I guess, he went on Apple Music. And apparently Apple Music has like their own classical app, which makes me actually want to get Apple Music because Spotify doesn't have that. Workout songs for the girls. I mean, hold on. Let's take a look at that. I'll save that one for later. But this guy right here, Eduardo Fernandez, no relation. But, come on, you can see it, right? There might be a relation, actually, looking at him. Hey, Eduardo, what's up? Are you still alive? Give me guitar lessons, please. But this, I think, embodies the fugue and like how I would want it to come across for the most part. And it's very intense. Let's just go ahead and start getting into it. And also, notice the tone. I'm pretty sure he's playing a guitar. Yeah, he's playing a guitar. The sound, it almost sounds like a lute, like almost like gut strings with like no nails. And listening to him play a guitar this way, which I assume that he's using nails. I'm sure one of you could like maybe tell me. It sounds very like gutty though, but it sounds great. You hear what I mean? Yeah. The articulation. Da, 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 da. Oh man, the way he like brings that voice out. Listen to that again. Oh. This part. Favorite part. I mean, just that middle section between these two parts, it's so different. Going into this now. Da, da. Like, it's so different sounding. The high voice versus the bass notes that you're hearing. What is even going on there? Like, Now, if you're confused about anything that you heard, let me further explain what's going on. I'm gonna turn that up. Like, you see what I mean? The intensity. Like, there's real, like, roundness to those harsh, like, attacks. It's an emotional piece. I really relate with everything being seen there. And then the separation between those sections, like repeating back, pretty substantial amount of time between them. And I love that distinction. Tense. Back. Just wandering the streets now. Just like, where has my life freaking gone? Oh yeah, it's different. Oh, things have changed since we first started this thing. And this is just like the sweetest, saddest ending to this whole thing, going into this section and then the end. Remember all that fugue we just listened to? Well, that's almost over. And now we have context for that, hearing that part so much in the second half, where it's just like, that's where that came from. It just gives all this context to everything that we've heard. Yeah. It's definitely my favorite recording that I've heard. I need to listen to a lot more, to be fair. I've only listened to like a few. Eduardo Fernandez. He's the man. Sorry I made you listen to that fugue twice. Alright, now I'm gonna actually get my laundry. 1 second. God, some person took the dryer that was above my washer, so now my clothes are just sitting there. Okay, last thing I maybe want to look at. With this guy too, the way he plays the prelude, there's almost like arrogance to it. I just want to show you the first part. Just listen to this. Yeah. I just feel with like the like lutish tone and then also the attack on those notes, especially that very first note. It, like if your headphones are turned up, it like blows your ears out. And then the way he plays that syncopated rhythm at the end of the phrase, it's borderline like disrespectful. It feels like arrogant. I love it. Oh man, it's so good. Okay, do we want to go through the rest of this? Maybe we'll react to those when I actually start learning them. All right, how about this? We'll just wrap it up there for now. I think we've reacted to enough other people playing guitar. Perhaps it's time for me to start practicing guitar on my own. I feel plenty inspired now to go into 997 a bit more. I've been going pretty hard on it. There'll be an update for that soon for where it's at. I should be approaching that major section that I was talking about. But yeah, pretty cool. So, you know, hopefully I got across some of the ideas I've been thinking about. I kind of also feel like I was not just praising David Russell, which is like a weird thing to do because he is the man and like the best, like one of the best, of course. I'm figuring out my own thing right now. There's something from everybody that I like. Like even in Eduardo Fernandez, there are things that I don't like. I can't really articulate them right now, but there are definitely things that I don't like that I will come to eventually. So this is all just part of the process. Like it's not anything against David Russell. Like obviously he's the best and I'll never be as good as him. But that's not really what it's about. I just want to play my Bach and express it in a way that I know that I can do. That's really what it all is. I just want to play my Bach Leave me alone. Okay. I think we can wrap this one up here, though. So, you know, if you made it this far, be sure to subscribe, leave a like. Hey, want some guitar lessons? I give guitar lessons, classical only. Don't ask me to teach you anything else, because I won't unless you know, ask really nicely or something. What else we got? Merch. Be sure to pick up some merch. I'm wearing the dusty sweatshirt right now. The sore hand, sore shirt. We got stickers. Look at those stickers there. We got a lot of stuff, so head on down over to Rootin's Delight in the description. And yeah, comment questions, feel free to leave those. Check out the podcast if you want to hear more stuff about me and what I'm thinking about. Usually guitar related, usually answering questions. Sometimes I talk about my personal life if you're interested in that. I'm sure you are. I just know you are. Alright, well, I'll see you in the next one.